I can't believe we're here. I mean, I really can't. I mean, this has been the series of a million things. Well, goodbye, cabin. Goodbye, barkeep. Goodbye, darling. Goodbye, Carly, who's just been pissing about on the airship the entire game. Goodbye, both Choco Porter, Chocobos. Goodbye, this Chocobo as well, who was the longest standing Chocobo. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Sid, wherever you may be on the ship somewhere. Goodbye, Shinra and brother and buddy. Oh my god, I feel uneasy. It's like, alright, there's been about 1,000,001 side quests we've been doing all at once. About 1,000,001 different pieces of trivia and things to mention. Have we forgotten anything? I'm like very confident we haven't. We are at the end of the road here. We are going into the Farplane Abyss to confront Shuyin and Vegnagun. Quick little recap for the story for those of you guys who maybe have slipped out of a bit since we've been doing so much of the optional content in the game. Story so far is that a man named Shuyin, an unsent, a spirit, almost not even an unsent. They could describe him as like a shadowy form. Oh, we've got a bit of a walk ahead of us here. A shadowy form who has been forced to relive his and his girlfriend's death for 1,000 years in a cave, has finally broken free, capable of possession. He only wants to destroy the world in his despair. And he's possessed one of the leaders of the three main factions, political parties, I suppose, in the game. The leader of New Yevon, a man named Baralai. And so we are descending to try and deal with that. I'm going to equip a charm bangle for a little while here. We're not actually going to play this whole episode with a charm bangle. Just a little bit towards the end so we don't get a bunch of random encounters. Beyond this, so who are we? We are Yuna. Riku and Pain. Pain, once upon a time, having been a great friend of the man now who's been possessed. We, 2 years ago, saved the world from a big bad demon named Sin. The people of Spirit, this is important for the story coming up. What you have to remember, guys, is the people of Spirit for 1,000 years would sacrifice themselves and damage themselves, believing that's the only way they could do things, protect themselves from sin. And it just kept them in this spiral of death, this unceasing spiral of death. And what you learned in the previous game was that you could break this spiral. And it didn't have to be that way, and things could change. And though you kind of defeat sin for good and stop the sacrifice, Yuna still had to make a big one. She had to kill all of her own Aeons. And indeed, the man she loved, she kind of lost. So the whole way through the game, we have been seeking the man she loved. What is this? Okay, yeah, well, this is the Farplane. We have been seeking the man she loved. We've been trying to find out his connection to this. Throughout the game, the Faith, though they were supposedly destroyed and removed from Spirit in the last game, weird things have been happening. We see a strange Moogle in Luca. We see a silhouette of Tidus during one of the cutscenes if you do something just right. We've been hearing strange voices. And finally, it's all going to come to a head. So there you go, that's where we are. It's a bit of a recap for you all. The LeBlanc Syndicate are down here. LeBlanc is in love with a man named Nuge and a man named Gipple, who are already ahead of us on the path. And we're going in there to A, try and save them if they're in trouble, and B, deal with Vegnagun ourselves. So, this place is pretty messed up. Oh god, we're getting a cough. No coughs. No more LPing coughs, damn it. This is definitely, it's like I talked about, a trope in games where the final areas are just these messed up, ridiculous, nonsense places. This actually reminds me a lot of the Air Realm from Berserk. But one thing I want to show you guys straight away. So we basically get this electric field here, which we can't pass through. I believe if we just walk into it, it will zap us and we'll go back. So what we're actually going to do is play a song. Oh no, we do get into a battle straight away. Oh, we do! Okay, so you'll see that we've got a weapon here. So this battle, as you can see here, we've scanned with Blue Mage. This is actually an Omega weapon. We can fight something even worse than this coming up. But it says once the most powerful of all fiends, obviously a title we had to give up. To give to Paragon, who you guys saw me beat in some of the more recent episodes, who ended up more powerful as him. But Omega Weapon is a big, dangerous boss that is kind of a punishment to players, like a mini-boss, for messing up this puzzle. Oh, we just scanned twice in a row. And so we, of course, are very, 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 very powerful, and we're just going to blow our way through him. Now, you guys will be happy to hear, though, that for these episodes, I've actually toned the girls down. We're more running just stuff for fun at the moment. And that we will have a legitimate final boss battle, don't worry. It's not like I've grinded some ridiculous amount and we're going to have something insane. I do have a cool plan for that. But yeah, not only can a Mega Weapon appear here for messing this up, actually another enemy can too. An enemy I've mentioned a few times in the series and I do want to deliberately get into a battle with. But I think that'll have to be in just a moment coming up. Anyway, so there you go. How do we get through without fighting a mega weapon? Well, you'll see that the barrier is still up. So what we want to do is come over here. And when you stand on this platform, you're going to see it plays a song for us. And the notes to that song, I guess, or the little tune, is so me-ree. I like to think because the stars are there, it goes, it's like sharp, right? And over here we get an organ. So here's the funny thing about Vegnagun, and they've kind of shown it-ish in some of the cutscenes already. It's actually controlled by playing music. And so getting to Vegnagun through the Farplane, you kind of play music yourself too. So we need to play the keyboard here. And what we have to do is enter those 3 notes we just heard. Well, so far the puzzle's very simple, right? We had so, which was not sharp. And it will play the tune for us. And then it was re with a star. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. We got that wrong. Hold on, let's go back. It was so. I can't believe I just got that wrong. It was so, and then it's me, and then it's re. And they make a cool little UI for this. So if you can replicate what you just hear, you can actually subtly in the background, by the way, see Yuna playing it. It's an animation that they put in the game, but you can barely see it through the UI half the time. It actually turns off the electric gate. What do you know? So now we get a choice of directions, and you'll notice over here, there's another electric gate. And if you walk into it, it zaps you, and you think, oh, I can't go any further. Then if we come up here on the top left, we are going to get some random encounters as we go through here. I don't want to run with the charm bag off all the time. Besides, there's a lot of cool abilities and things I want to show you guys with the way I've set my girls up. Number 1 were the special mascot abilities. Obviously, we maxed these out, and we did a lot of stuff, but I never showed you guys their, like, signature moves. So all the mascots have a signature move. We'll go Yuna's first. They all do a lot of damage. They're all really useful. So this is Yuna's. It's Moogle Beam. And they all do massive damage. In fact, some of those super bosses we were fighting in the recent episodes, people actually recommend you fight with these abilities. I was using some of them in the Via Infinito, but I never really got too much of a chance to show you guys. There you go. Max damage, 9,999. And undoubtedly, if she had... this is just a claret dragon here. Oh, which is getting healed by Riku, because she's got Force of Nature on. So I'm just going to make Riku escape there. Undoubtedly that ability would have done 99,999 damage if we had break damage on. But like I say, I'm toning the girls back a little bit. So that's Yuna's signature move. Once we've got through the 3 mascot signature moves, I'll show you some of the other stuff. And anyway, around this corner, you might have seen that again. There's another electric fence. So where the hell do we go? Well, it's actually quite simple. Here's Riku's one, by the way. It's called Poo-Poo Platter. And hopefully it works. I've seen this work on some of the most big, dangerous, unbelievable enemies in the game. Oh, okay, well, that's Pain that died. That's fine. Pain's dying, of course. You can see the strength of Mascot here. Pain isn't a mascot. She's not in the final class. Here's Poo-Poo Platter. Summons a giant airship with Poo-Poo. And the UFO takes off. So presumably that UFO is more than just a shadow. There is an actual UFO model there as well, but they never spent much time on it, so they don't really show you it in the animation. That's kind of cool, right? And so lastly, we'll show you Pains. We'll just swap her over to a mascot very briefly. You know, everyone's on a cool grid, all right? I decided to have a bit of fun, all right? So we're using just fun grids and interesting things. So here's Conflagration. This lets Pain use black magic at any time. If she goes through all the gates, she can use Flare. We've got a sword tome on her because she knows her warrior stuff. So she can cast sword play quickly, and she has auto protect. For Yuna, she's on Supreme Light. This allows her to cast Holy. I thought that was cool considering what she was like in the previous game. And I guess we can for now put her on Samurai because we haven't seen too much of her actually using Samurai stuff. She's got a white tome, which means when she gets Holy, she can cast it quicker. Very smart, right? And she recovers HP while she's walking. Just fun, weird stuff, right? And then finally, Riku is on Wishbringer, which again gives her HP while she's walking around, but also she can cast Regen, Kiraga, and Auto Regen once she goes through all the gates. Really not a great grid, but hey, whatever. And I guess I'll put her on Lady Luck. Why not? Because Lady Luck is hard to get. She's got the Force of Nature on her. But we really don't show too much of it off in the series. So, yeah, I thought we'd play around a little here. All right, there you go. There's the 3 girls. And this time, as you see, when we walked into the electricity, we actually it just played some notes and we got to move through. Why? Well, because we got the timing right. Basically, these you can pass through. It's just they flicker on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Here we've got a Greater Malboro. It would be pretty horrible if we died against this guy. So here's Pain's signature move. It's Fling Gun. It's actually very cool. A very close second to the UFO for me. There's a samurai attack. Riku, we can run a 4 dice. I don't know whether I ever showed this. It was one of the reels I never showed. It might have been item reels. Of course, Pain's immune to all of her statuses anyway. And with such high level, one of the things in this game is as you level up, you become more resistant to statuses. Like, there's less chance that they'll hit you. Oh, we really didn't get a good look at the animation there. Basically, the cacti in Pain's hand gets much bigger and then starts shaking and firing. It's basically like a 1,000 needles or whatever. And then, and so then the next gate here, as you can see, we got hit. But if we wait with the timing, there you go, it's off. And if we run quick enough, you get on the panel and it says La. So the idea here is there's actually 4 different panels in this area. If we jump up here, there's a path that you can take, hook around on the left. And if you go down there, you can find another panel. And eventually, once you've got all of the musical notes, you can play this keyboard. And if you get it correct, you can then deactivate the next big barrier. The previous big barrier we got was the Omega Weapon one, if you remember. Well, I'm going to deliberately run into this so that we can see another one of the big bosses. Here we go. This is Dahaka. Dahaka is very cool. There's actually a lot of trivia about him. Number 1, this is a totally optional side boss. You are very unlikely to actually see. So we'll use a cackling gun on him here. This is probably one of the biggest bosses we're going to be fighting in this video, like in terms of difficulty, by the way, guys. I guess I'll keep Yuna and Samurai. Why not? And we'll have her use Kiraga, I suppose, or something. Riku definitely wants to go back to Mascot, so she gets some of that strength. Dahaka is a really dangerous boss. He's going to be a bit of a cakewalk for us, I would hope. But he's totally optional. He is only just a punishment for messing up these puzzles. Now, what the cool thing is, though, is if you want the end garment grid, that totally bad, and you can escape from him, as you can see here. If you want the end garment grid, actually, I may just escape, since it looks like the girls are really not doing very well here. If you want the end garment grid, you have to fight this guy over and over and over again until he oversouls. Because you have to see every oversold fiend. And in theory, if you're playing for that bit of gear, this is where you finally get it, at the end of the game. Actually, I'm just going to escape. Let's just get on with the story. But there you go, that's Dahaka. His name actually basically means Dragon King. It's kind of cool. It's Persian. And the only reason I know this is not because I've gone on Wiki and looked at a little trivia and stuff for you guys. The reason I know this is because last year when I was playing a lot of this game, I was also playing a bit of Prince of Persia. And I looked up the name of Dahaka there because the Dahaka is like a big badass mob in that game. And for what it's worth, the Dahaka in Prince of Persia is such a huge inspiration for me while I'm world building. He's like the perfect, magical, scary, villainous style enemy. Anyway, so you're going to go around, grab all the pads. We already entered So Miri. And now what we're going to do is go Do. And then we're going to go Ti. And then we're going to go La. And then we're going to go So. And we've input it. And that will deactivate the barrier and allow us normal players to bypass Dahaka there. And voila, as you can see, we go by. I mean, it's such an obscure area. If you're wondering what the song is that we're playing, I believe it's actually a song on the soundtrack. You guys know there's these beautiful piano tracks in this game. And this one's called Shu Yin's song. Shu Yin's theme, I think it is. And that is literally what we're playing here. So let's just go with a couple of attacks here. Riku, I don't want a Mascot. Let's put it back on Alchemist. Riku was always so good on Alchemist. Alchemist / Thief for Riku. Come on, you can't go wrong. Alright. And down we go. Or more Lady Luck. I do want to show you guys a couple more of the reels before we're done. Considering how hard that class was to get. Dahaka as well, by the way, becomes Bahamut. When you release him. That was the guy that we released. There we go. Here's another one of Riku's reels. We've got attack reels I already showed off. Here's magic reels. I think getting 1-7 at least protected us from a dud there. We got 2 black hats. The reels are actually very good. There's a one specific reels you can do which triggers an ability called Congrats, which is basically bribe, but you don't have to spend any money as far as I'm aware. It basically just makes the enemies leave the screen and give you loads of stuff. Here's the item reels. Did we get anything? 2 cherries. That's not too bad. And we'll see what Riku does with that. And then maybe we'll just throw 4 dice. You might think, oh, the dice are really good with catnip. They're not, though, if you think about it, because catnip will berserk us. Light Curtain Plus. That's kind of cool. Man, I love this class. This was on my original way through playing the game. This was the class I enjoyed the most. All right, and then finally we'll finish him off with a 4 dice. Go on, Riku. Come on, give us all 6s, baby. Hey, that's not bad. 18 hits? Oh my god, but the damage is so low. It's fine. There we go, he's dead. Oh, another cheesy way, by the way, I've got so much trivia about Dahaka. Another cheesy way that you can actually beat him is by just ejecting him. You've got like a very low chance of managing to do it. There's actually a weird bug in this game where, some of the eject abilities that the characters get, if your luck and level goes too high, it resets the counter. Like, it goes past 255 and then it goes back down to 0. And so if you get max level, you actually then have a 0% chance to eject on some of the most dangerous stuff, which is really weird. Anyway, then there's a couple more panels, and you want to finish the song off. Okay, so to finish the song, we have no more sharp things, sadly. We just have me, and then we have fa, and then we have so. I have no idea. Look, there are people who know how to sing in the audience right now who are cringing at me here. And then lastly, we have do. Except I messed that up. Damn it! Alright, hold on. Where do we go from here? No, that's wrong. I did it wrong. No. Don't punish me for this game. Well, I guess we get to see what it looks like when we fail. I thought so was the last one we did. Alright, there you go. So that's what it looks like when you fail. Yuda just walks away. What was the last one we did? Okay, so it was so. So we want to go far. And then we're going to go me. And then we're going to go far. And then we're going to so. And finally end off with a do. And there you go. We have now symbolically, I don't know, demonstrated that we know how to operate Vegnagun or something, and we can go. Remember, they told us that story that Vegnagun flees from people who seek to do it harm. Gipple! Check it out! Here he is!
Gipple!
I got careless.
Are you alright?
I could use a nap.
Where's Nuge?
He went ahead.
Guess she couldn't stay away.
I never said where I would wait.
Oh, damn it, LeBlanc.
Well then please, take care of Gipple.
You dare give me an order?
With Logos on your side? No, I do
We'll
not.
tell Nuge you're waiting like a good girl and doing your part for the team.
Alright, I'm in.
Hey, Dr. P. A gift from Nuge.
Oh, the Lost Treasure Sphere. I told you guys about this. Here we go. Pain Sphere. I love the way he calls her Dr. P as well. It shows they've got some real history. You know, they were real friends.
It's from 2 years ago. Said it was inside the sphere camera.
I'll watch it later. Hey. You should watch it now.
Yes, Una, well done. I don't want to go all the way back up to the airship just to watch it.
Think about it. You know you won't be able to fight your best as long as it's on your mind. You're right.
You know I am. All right, the final bit of history between these three. We've seen every single sphere possible. And this would be the last one on the list.
What do you got in mind for fun? Any ideas, Dr. P?
Me? A ship that glides through the air. That thing you mentioned before. If it's for real, I want to fly it.
You get to be pilot then, and maybe I'll try my hand at navigation.
Then I'll be engineer.
Hell yeah, you will, Gipple.
Nuge?
Captain.
Ah, that's perfect.
You'd let an amateur be captain?
Chill out, Noogster. All you gotta do is shut up and look important. You'll fit the part.
Like a glove.
I'll work you like dogs.
Oh, look, guys. Look. They always did know how to do scenes where people laugh and it's not awkward. Maybe that scene from 10 was supposed to be awkward. Alright.
What happened to that pain, I wonder? She's inside you, sleeping.
Well, wakey, wakey! Time to set sail!
Your captain and your navigator are waiting.
I love that. Pain really does have more stake than the other. Like, Riku's the one with the least stake in this whole story. And it's kind of good, then, that when you get, like, to 95% complete, you have that scene on the airship with Riku where she talks about that and you get that scene. Because it's like the writers did know, hey, yeah, Riku's kind of got a little bit less going on. I mean, Yuna is bearing the soul or the link with Len, right? Shu Yin's lover. She's got at least a stake in that. Pain's got a stake because all of her friends and her past are down here. What's Riku doing? She's out bed. All right. She happens to be brothers with the guy who found the airship they just mentioned. Okay, so Scale in the Heights. This is the last puzzle of the game, the last little section before we get into the final region. Scale in the Heights. Play the melody by stepping on the floating pedestals in the right order. And I have to say, guys, I hate this bit. This bit sucks. It's just a load of trial and error and a load of old arse. And it's really annoying. This, for what it's worth, is the last save sphere in the game. We're still not at the point of no return. Like right now you could go back onto the airship and you would then see the treasure sphere on the list. There's actually a dossier update that still hasn't happened that will happen later, and then you can kind of come back. You can kind of come back to this sphere in the middle of the final boss, basically, in this game. But so what do? Well, it's the same concept as the previous room, where we have to play the song. It's the exact same song. We have to remember what the order of that song was, as we've learned it coming up here. And now, each of these panels over here, like, will randomly play different notes. So we have to get it all in the correct order. Now, I've kind of just memorized the way this works, and I'm hoping that that's going to carry me through it. But this is just a pain, right? It's just a pain, and there really doesn't seem much sense to figuring it out properly, unless there's some mechanic here that I'm missing, all right? So as you can see, when we stood on this, we got a music note. Now what we're going to do is jump up here, and you'll see that arbitrarily and randomly some of these platforms apparently move places, and you don't really know where they're going to move until you've checked it out the first time. Neither do you know which patterns are responsible for which notes. But by coming up here, we are going the right way right now. You can get that. By coming back down onto this platform, it takes you back to where you were, but sometimes platforms don't take you back to where you were. So once you got those, jump back onto this and go back down to the bottom. That bit's pretty simple. Now we want to go to the right of the save sphere entirely and up onto this one, and it will climb us all the way up here. And you want to jump to... Oh, God. See, I'm so bad at this. The highest one, I think. Pretty sure this is it. And then we want to come onto this, which gives us the La. And once we've got the La, we want to go back to the save sphere again. Then we do, like, quite a lot over here on the left by going in a different direction, all right? So we come up here. And last time we went to the right. This time we're going to go to the left. And then we're going to come up to this, which is the only one we can go to. This should move us... then we want to nip onto this for a second, and it will give us, yeah, it will give us the so. Go back on, and it keeps climbing us up. Excellent, yeah. Grab the Mega Phoenix. I think this is a Mega Phoenix. 2 Mega Phoenixes, close enough. And then this is really what we want. We don't care too much about the Mega Phoenixes. We get the Farmy. And then we want to come back down. Then we want to jump onto this. And then back again, I think is the order here. Yeah, and then last time, what did we do? We went to the right, right? So this time we need to go... I really hope I'm remembering this correctly. This time we need to go this way onto this, and then down all the way onto that. Excellent, there you go. That's the tricky bit, that you can go down there. Then that automatically moves that platform. Then we can come all the way back down here. We're done with that section, almost done with the puzzle now. And over here... Yeah, if you guys are trying to play along with me, you just pause it a lot and then bring it back. And now, last time we went onto the higher one. This time we go onto the lower one. And finally, we climb up onto this, which gives us the so-do at the end. There you go. And if you've done all of that right, you'll also be at the end here. And when you stand in front of the final Azzy Dahaka door, or Omega Weapon door, or Ultima Weapon door, what other balls would come out of this one, it will play back all the notes we just stood on the order we stood on them. Most of the time when you're doing this section, you're just going to get here, and it's just not going to do anything right. And you're going to be like, oh, okay, I've got to go back and reset the whole damn puzzle. You know that little flying Machina camera that looks like Picket down there? You talk to that, and it resets it. Yes, we got it right. Oh, my God. To tell you the truth, that was one of the bits I was worried about recording for you guys today, because the video could have got really long as I messed that up a billion times. And look over there. Look at that cocoon. Oh! You can see 2 eyes glaring out at us here in the heart. This is called the heart of the Farplane, by the way. Not just the Farplane, the heart of the Farplane. I get like the impression we're in the center of the planet or something. Or are we on the planet at all? I don't know. You might have to play a bit more Final Fantasy VII to get more of an idea. Like, when you read the Ultimanias, the amount of explicit mentions they say to Farplane and Mako energy and stuff is crazy.
I got a hunch that once we go on ahead, there's no turning back.
A hunch.
Yeah. That's it?
A hunch it is, then.
Yeah, that's basically just the dev saying, hey, you're at the point of no return now, guys. Make sure you do correct. I mean, you're still not at the point of no return, though. And funnily enough, the game just automatically moves you on. And here we go. This is Vegnagun. He's actually designed to look like a very specific type of insect. It's moving. Yeah, so we could go back down to the save sphere right now, or we can push up. I'm going to push up, trigger some cool end-of-game cutscenes. Oh, God. Who can even guess what's about to happen here? It's obscure and crazy. It's really awesome getting back here in the HD remake, though. I think this room looks so much better now that they've remastered the game. You can pick out so much more detail. Hey, Nuge. I guess you made it further than Baralai, huh?
Both Baralai and Vegnagun belong to him now.
Shuyin.
There you go. There's the organ on which you play to control him. And you can see Baralai is the physical body doing the stuff, but Shuyin within him manipulating him. Can you guys imagine how much less sense this cutscene would make if we hadn't done all the side stuff?
I have a plan. Can't call it a smart one, though.
What's that?
He acts through another's body. Stop the body, and you stop him. I'll shoot Baralai.
No.
His body will be useless, but if we're lucky, he won't die. Shuyin will abandon Baralai, and then he'll come back for me.
What then?
I will die. My body has already been rigged. I'm taking Shuyin with me.
Nuge.
Man, he put because remember, he's like half mech and a half man. He's just put bombs in himself?
But you're our captain.
Exactly.
Oh, Nuge, don't. She wanted to hang out with you, man. We want the old days back. You don't want you to just blow yourself up. Why does this seem like a repeat story?
I don't like your plan. It sucks.
Yuna is so awesome here. I think the delivery of her lines from the voice actress is so good.
Your plan is awful. Think about it. It's no different than what we did 2 years ago. We destroyed our own allies. We destroyed the Aeons who had fought together with us at our side. We didn't have a choice then. We believed that was the only way we could save Spira. Do you know what it felt like to watch them die? Right before my eyes. It was the only thing we could do. It was the only choice we had. I gave in, I accepted, I believed. I allowed it to be true. I thought I'd be able to go through with it without ever doubting myself. But it hurt so much.
Forgive us.
It's Bahamut's faith. The faith is still around, guys.
Everyone was so happy. Great job, Yuna. You did it. You saved us all. There were too many smiles to count. And I know that I was smiling too. But now, when I look back, the people who should be here aren't. The ones who should be smiling with me aren't here.
We had no choice.
Jecht? If Jecht's there, then...
We had no choice. Always we had no choice. Those are our magic words. We repeat them to ourselves again and again, but you know, the magic never worked. The only thing we're left with is regret.
Yuna, I'm sorry.
No. I don't want this anymore.
Because I think Nuge's plan would work. That is an end, you know?
I don't want friends to die. Or fade away. I don't want battles where we have to lose in order to win. Nuge, I know that what you say is what you mean to do. Give me your resolve. Believe in Yuna.
God.
So you have a plan.
Light?
Well, we have Len with us.
That's plan B. But before that... Hey, Riku. No matter how monstrous it looks, Vegnagun is still just a machina. So we can take it apart, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
She sounds so
You never used to be
confident.
the think before you act type. What gives?
Oh, Gifu!
LeBlanc.
Oh, love a girl. There you go. This is so cool.
And I never was the wait like a good girl type, isn't that right, Nuji?
Vegnagun can be destroyed. Apsipaza, you better believe it. Wanna know why?
'Cause people built it.
Hell yeah.
Right. Everyone,
It's not much of a plan.
it looks like we can stop that thing after all.
Does it? How? Well, we're just gonna brute force it. Final Fantasy in a nutshell. Fighting is awesome, and that's how you solve your problems.
Now it's pissed.
Oh, me.
Witless little widget, isn't it?
What about Shuyan?
Plan B.
Oh?
Love.
Oh. Oh boy.
The ultimate illusion.
I'm with you, Gipple.
It'll work.
It was cheesy. It might, because we do have Len with us.
I've come this far to bring Len's feelings to Shuyan. I'm not stopping now.
The power of love conquers all. So romantic. Count me in.
Yeah, okay, but there is a big scary mech here, guys. Do you know what I would have loved to have seen? Vegnagun versus Sin. I know they say that Vegnagun can't determine friend from foe, can't distinguish. So they would never have that fight. They never tried to use it. But how cool would that have been to see? Man, look at that giant halo there. I think that's what, that halo around it, I think that's why it makes me think of the Air Realm. Woo! Alright, guys. He's just a big, giant, metal insect. Let's kick its ass. That also happens to have tapped into the very life force beneath the planet.